Hi, welcome to the Music Hall. I'm Amanda Stone, and we're here with Anya and Pasha. You know, all those famous celebrities who go by one name, like Madonna or Liberace way back when, or Hildegard. Well, Anya and Pasha are here to talk about Burn the Floor. And you sure did.
I've never heard that before. That's amazing. I'm going to use it.
Thank you so much for joining us
Thank you.
today. And terrific show, terrific show. How long have you been touring with Burn the Floor?
Pasha and I, we've been touring with Burn the Floor on and off for about a year.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. How many pairs of shoes do you wear in the show?
Well, if everything goes well and the heel wouldn't break, I would say we change every month and a half.
Oh, really?
A month and a half.
Okay.
But you have like four
different pairs of shoes.
Four different
yes.
pairs?
Yeah.
One of your dancing colleagues, someone in the audience last night, wondered if, do you do some of the things barefoot?
Yes,
Yes,
because
we do.
it's Burn the Floor is kind of ballroom reinvented. So not normally in the ballroom dance you would see dancers dance barefoot. But yes, we have that privilege of go outside the box and kind of show something different. Yes.
But after you dance barefoot, do you have to have a different size shoe to wear because your feet swell being barefoot on the floor?
No, usually it happens after, we have to travel.
Oh, yes.
So the travel day and the next day, yeah.
Yes.
But no, not at all. But very good, great question.
Pasha, you know, one of the things that I really appreciated about the men in Burn the Floor is what good partners you are and how safe the girls look. And when you put them down so gently and carefully. There's one thing I can't stand is when she goes down and I can just feel her ankle going crack or something like that. How do you work that out? How do you become a good partner like that?
Well, ballroom dancing is all about partnering. It's about man and a woman, and a big part to be a good partner is to know how to handle your woman. You know how to pick her up and how to place her safe so she wouldn't hurt anything and she would be comfortable, because that will allow her to perform and to dance better. And when she knows that she's safe, she can relax and let it go. Yeah.
In the show, do you have a favorite form of dance or a favorite dance that you do that you just look forward to doing, or does it change over the?
I think over the years we kind of learned to love any dance we come across, and our forte is Latin dancing. So all the sambas and chachas and rumbas, pasadobas, you will see them on a show. You saw them on a show. So all of those dances are Latin kind of subdivision of ballroom, and each and one of them is so precious to us.
Yeah, I feel like every dance just allows us to show different character and personality.
Yes.
So, and that's why you can't really pick and choose. You just have to have fun. Not have to, but we're just having fun with every dancer. Yeah, with everything that we've been given on the show.
Well, you're on the stage so much of the performance, and my question has to be: how do you get through? What's your routine to get through Friday night? 2 performances on Saturday and then Sunday.
Yes.
How do you cope with it? What do you do?
Honestly, I always say it does take stamina to be on tour.
Yes.
In general, because we change climates and water, everything is changed pretty much every week. So you have to just, stay healthy as much as possible, hydrate and eat good food and, take vitamins, all of that. And at the end of the day, I think practice makes perfect, because like I said, Pasha and I would come and go out of the show, and sometimes when we come back after maybe 2 months of a break, we can't cope with even one dance. You really feel out of breath. So practice makes perfect, and you have to train, and that's what we do every day. We get together 2 hours before the show. We have a warm-up, specific warm-up that gets your heart going, and the show itself, builds your stamina.
Do you sleep a lot?
You have to, but no. You have to rest enough, you have to eat well, and you have to take care of yourself. Otherwise, it's impossible to get through 8 shows in 1 week without feeling tired. And of course, after the show number 8 on Sunday night, you feel like you drained. You feel that you have to recharge, and you have basically 1 day to do it. But
yeah, at the end of the day, and on Sundays specifically, I think that a couple of girls will always joke around because we see the light at the end of the tunnel. So we're like, a day off, there's a day off on Monday. But it's just, at the end of the day, you know, we charge ourselves. We reach, you know, just the interaction between dancers, and we try to keep it fresh all the time and get each other going, because we know everyone's tired, but at the same time, we love what we do, and we just try to have fun.
And the audience is coming expecting to be thrilled.
that's an interesting question, because we hear a lot that people come and they, after the show, would come up to us and say, we didn't know what to expect, it was amazing, but we were unprepared for this, because, well, dancing, okay, what people expect. Dancing, everybody probably saw a little bit of ballet, a little bit of Dancing with the Stars in their lifetime, and suddenly they have this performance in front of them, live dancers, incredible music, costumes, all this energy, and a lot of people just unprepared, and then they
take
come
it
on.
by.
Yeah, they just look at you like, whoa, what just happened? And 2 hours of the show flies by in no time, and they want some more.
I think people think if it's a Broadway show, there must be a story, and that's the first thing that we get. It's just like, well, yeah, it's a Broadway show, yeah, it's a dance show, but what's the story? And so when we're trying to explain, to say, well, the understories, we take you through all the areas of dance and to show you how it was evolved, and dance is back in a bigger way than ever, you know, with all the media. So you're thinking dance and Dancing with the Stars. So, and they still not quite, you know, they say, well, we'll see, you know, we'll see how we're going to take it. And honestly, they all leave inspired.
Well, and the fun thing is that so much on television, not with the reality shows, but a lot of television is done with cuts. And to see you on stage doing it from beginning to middle to end is a privilege. People always say with sports that you got to see the sport live. It's much more exciting. Yeah. And dance is too, because we see you there and you're giving, and you can't stop and say, wait a minute, I messed up. Cut and start over.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you have a ballet background?
As a dancer, you probably need to, at some point in your life, try different directions. And as a younger kids, we did have some ballet training, some jazz training, but ballroom was the main thing all the time through all our professional career, and ballet would be maybe like a little help her.
Russia well known for the ballet world.
Right.
You know, unfortunately, we didn't have that much exposure growing up, but we did have a little bit of taste of it, and I think it served us very well.
Well, it would seem to me that the mechanics that you use are so solid and founded, and you know, if you use the wrong muscles, you're
Absolutely. You have to have your center, you have to have the idea, you know, of the lineup in your body, and even though the balance is a bit different because you do have to dance with, you know, girls are dancing with 3-inch heels.
Yes.
And
guys are lifting.
And the guys lifting, so the balance is quite different, but yes, we are very aware of our bodies and where the center is.
When somebody gets injured during the show, what happens?
That's a good question, because when somebody gets injured during the show, then somebody else who's already on the show kind of steps in, and we try to rearrange maybe how it looks on stage, placements, and some people go from this number to that number, so it's shuffle, 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 because we don't really have swings or people who can replace you, so it's only people.
It's only you. That was going to be my next question.
It's only us, and if somebody goes down, people who are dancing next to you ready to step in. And it happens all the time, even, well, nothing happened yesterday, but...
a couple of weeks ago, you know, for instance, when I was hurt during the show, and then it just had to step out of the show, just when, you know, you can finish, you can't finish. And, you know, kind of, put my partner into kind of the situation, but at the same time, it's sometimes what happens, kind of you have to readjust the whole grid. You know, you have to look at the pattern and, you know, shuffling that way, but sometimes just one couple's missing.
No, but cast is so professional, and
Yes.
if we see that somebody didn't come out for whatever reason, one couple is missing, you kind of already know how to readjust everything so it wouldn't look weird for audience. Oh, it looks like somebody missing on stage left. We try to stretch, we try to replace ourselves, and I think that's a professional approach from every single cast member on the show.
Do you, when you go off stage, do you sip on water, drink a cup of water? How do you keep hydrated during the show?
Well, the thing about hydration that you have to be hydrated before the show. So you drink a lot of water throughout the whole day, and for me, during the show, you don't want to really drink a lot, because then with all this energy coming out, you might have a little problems, and
Like a stitch or something.
yeah, so you don't want that to happen. You don't want to come out with a big belly full of water and try to
Shake it up.
shake it up. No, it doesn't work that way. So you have to be hydrated throughout the day.
So when do you start? If you, for example, with an evening performance, do you start in the morning with hydration?
Well, definitely after the show. It's
Okay.
big hydration after the show, and then so before I go to bed and in the morning.
You
I
don't
definitely drink a lot.
start, you just never stop.
Yeah, so in the morning, I would say just during the day, you know, you drink just a certain amount of water, and I would say we all have our own little things. You know, some people eat protein bars, some people have protein shakes, and you know, we have recovery drinks that we drink, so which helps your muscles to kind of recover faster and just get your blood going and replenish all of the minerals that you lost, you know, with all the, you know, perspiring at the end of the show. So that definitely helps.
What's the best and the worst thing about touring?
The best thing probably would be that you go around the country or countries, you see different types of audience, you expose to new places, you can, if you have time, roam around, find something interesting in every new place you go to. And the worst thing?
I mean, I miss my dog.
That too.
No, for me, the best, I would say, yes, meet different people, interesting people, and that would be, and just you know, just discover. And but the worst thing is just, you know, you miss your family, and just you miss the sense of home. So that's why we try to always, when I go into the hotel, I always try to buy the same sense of scent of candle.
Oh,
that
okay.
kind of, you know, that when I go back, you know, I smell, it smells like home.
Oh, what? That's so interesting to do that. What's your favorite fragrance?
It's vanilla sandalwood.
Oh, that is nice. That is nice. That's very nice. If you had someone who was 15 years old, say, who was very interested in a dance career, what advice would you give him or her to prepare?
Just coming from So You Think You Can Dance, I feel that we have so many younger fans who are following us and always asking this question. And I feel, personally, train as much as you can. Just be the best at what you do. And absolutely just push yourself to the limit, and great things will come. And if you believe, and have fun with it.
Yeah, once you decide that dance is the thing you want to do, just put your heart to it. And dance is the art, like Anya said, where training is everything. Training is everything. How well you have trained, how well you can handle your instrument, your body.
Yes.
That's how good you're going to be, and that's how much you can impress or influence people with your dancing.
We're so glad you're here. Welcome to Dallas, and as people in Texas say, y'all come back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
It's great
you.
to be in
Thank
Big D.